Okay, let us look at the representations. Let us look at the last question here, where it gave some few problems to learners. Um, so if f at p equals f at r equals 4, calculate the value of p minus r if r is less than 0. Good. Now, I want you to read it as if r is negative. So the representations, right? The representation, this means that r is negative. Negative. So always like, please use that instead of the word saying less than 0. Say negative. Also, let us say, for example, you're given that f x is greater than 0. It means that y is positive, positive, right? Or the yeah. Or let us say you have q being less than 0. It means that q is negative, right? So on the Cartesian plane, it means that you're gonna find q this side, because this is where the values are negative, or below this, because that's where the negative is. That's where it belongs. So that's what it means on the representation, right? And then I want to break down all these representations to, to actually aid you in answering the question. So let's get here. Now we know that R is negative, right? We know that R is negative. So we'll get here into the representation. Representations. So if I have f of f at p, right? Okay, let me start with f of x. So this is one one. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Just popping up. I'm a piano. I'm a piano is the couch. No matter you can like argue it and so on, but just like I'm a piano is hard though. Like Momo, listen to Momo too, bro. Like yo, this nigga spiritual and shit. Okay. Get into f at x equals to, let's take a straight line. This means if I'm gonna select a coordinate, right? I'm gonna have bracket, I have the x value, then I have a y value. That is any coordinate from the graph. Or I can write it as x and then f of x, which is representing the y value. It's the same thing. Or it can be x, then the equation, it's x plus 4. That's how I can represent in coordinates, right? So if I say to you g at t, g at t is equal to, let me say 5, right? Here, I can say f at x is equal to 5. That means that we have an x value here. That's the x value. The y value, right? It's equal to what? 5. And then let us say you have f at 3 is equal to, let's say from this example then, you're going to have 3 plus 4, which is equal to what? 7. It means that the x value is 3 and the y value is 7. Hope we're good on that side. You need to comprehend that fully. So here, G. So we number 1, number 2, then number 3. Let's look at G. G, the coordinates T. That's the x value. The y value is here. That's the 5. So you need to understand how these things correlate, like how they represent on the Cartesian plane. And then if they're saying to me, f at p is the same as f at r, and they are both equal to 4. The y values of it. Remember, this is an equation. I can write it in many forms. Breaking it down, I can have f prime f at p, sorry, equal to 4. Or I can have f at r equal to 4. Do you understand? Or f at r is equal to f at p. These mean the same thing. I can work with this because I know that now I'm going to have my coordinates. It's going to be p, then 4. This side is going to be r. Here's it. R, then 4. So these 2 points, right, they share a y value. And that's what, like the coordinates for the quadratic and the parabola, right? You have values that are shared, the y values shared, right? So it means that r, and they told me something here. They said r is negative, right? So I know that r is negative. So I'm going to look at where I have 4 on the graph. Here is 4 here on the graph. Here is 4. So if I'm going to draw a line here, come this way here, and it's 4, here it's 4. It means on this line here, I'm also going to have 4 on these coordinates, but I don't know the x value, but I know that it's 4. So now I know that here I have P, and then here I have R, right? So I can find the value of P. I already know the value of R because of it's here A, -2, and then it's to 4, because they told me here it's negative. Now I can find the value of 4. This is simple because of if I can just substitute, in the place of 4, right? So I'm going to say 4 is equal to the equation. Let me write it from the equation. My equation is f of x, right, is equal to, from the previous question. Here is my equation here, right? So I'm gonna write my equation. I have negative x squared minus x plus 6. So the y value, they told me that is 4. So I'm gonna write 4 to get the x values. So I'm gonna have x squared plus x minus 2 equals to 0. So I know I'm gonna have x minus 1, x plus 2. This equals 0. So I have x being equal to 1 or x being equal to a -2. This one here, I already know this value here. This value here is the value of r. The value of r you were given is -2. So therefore, it means that P is going to be equal to what? To a +1. So now I can answer the question. So 1 minus -2. This is going to give me a 3. And that's how you answer the question. So this is where you start, actually. This is where you start the question. Then you end here.